ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की दो ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Bhagavad-gita chapter 7, text 7. Mattah Parataram Na Anyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvam Idam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva Chant. Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. Mattah Parataram Nanyat Kinchit Asti Dhananjaya Mayi Sarvamidam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva. Mattah, beyond me. Parataram, superior. Na, not. Anyat kinchit, anything else. Asti, there is. Dhananjaya, O conqueror of wealth. Mayi, in me. Sarvam, all that be. Idam, which we see. Protam, is strung. Sutre, on a thread. Manigana, pearls. Iva, like. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Please repeat. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Purport. There is a common controversy over whether the Supreme Absolute Truth is personal or impersonal. As far as Bhagavad-gita is concerned, the Absolute Truth is the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and this is confirmed in every step. In this verse in particular, it is stressed that the Absolute Truth is a person. That the personality of Godhead is the Supreme Absolute Truth is also the affirmation of the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Paramah Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. That is, the Supreme Absolute Truth, personality of Godhead, is Lord Krishna, who is the primeval Lord, the reservoir of all pleasure, Govinda, and the eternal form of complete bliss and knowledge. These authorities leave no doubt that the Absolute Truth is the Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. The impersonalist, however, argues on the strength of the Vedic version given in the Svetāśvatara Upanishad, chapter 3, text 10. Tato yat uttararam tat arupam anamayam ya etat vidur amritaste bhavanti athetare dukkham evapi yanti. In the material world, Brahma, the primeval living entity within the universe, is understood to be the supreme amongst the demigods, human beings, and lower animals. But beyond Brahma, there is the Transcendence, who has no material form and is free from all material contaminations. Anyone who can know him also becomes transcendental, but those who do not know him suffer the miseries of the material world. The impersonalist puts more stress on the word arupam. But this arupam is not impersonal. It indicates the transcendental form of eternity, bliss and knowledge, as described in the Brahma Samhita quoted above. Other verses in the Svetāśvatara Upanishad, chapter 3, texts 8 and 9, substantiate this as follows. Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasa parastat tameva viditva timrityumeti Nāmya pantha vidyate anaya Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit Yasman nāmiyo no jāyosti kinchit Vrikshaniva stabdho divitishtatekas Tenedam purnam purushena sarvam. I know that Supreme Personality of Godhead who is transcendental to all material conceptions of darkness. Only he who knows him can transcend the bonds of birth and death. There is no way for liberation other than this knowledge of that Supreme Person. There is no truth superior to that Supreme Person because he is the supermost. He is smaller than the smallest and is greater than the greatest. He is situated as a silent tree and he illuminates the transcendental sky. And as a tree spreads its roots, he spreads his extensive energies. From these verses, one concludes that the Supreme Absolute Truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is all-pervading by his multi-energies, both material and spiritual. So this is the beginning of the 7th chapter. So the first 6 chapters and the last 6 chapters are like the coverings that is protecting the middle 6 chapters. So there are 18 chapters of Bhagavad-gita. So the first 6 and the last 6 protect the middle 6, 7 to 12 chapters. It is said like this because if you see, actually I met recently there was this Heart, Mind, Body festival. So there we met an Indian, who is following some impersonalist group. So he was saying that we study until the 6th chapter of Bhagavad-gita. Then we asked him, so why don't we go further? Actually, he did not have an answer. He was not so much learned in whatever he was following. But then we explained to him that, see, Bhagavad-gita has 18 chapters and Krishna is explaining from the first to last everything. You cannot take some and leave out some. Oh, I like this, I don't like this part. You cannot say like that. Even if you like or don't like, you have to take the entire thing. Because that is the truth. Eventually, when we become purified, automatically we will like. So, from the 7th chapter onwards, Krishna actually becomes very direct. In the first 6 chapters, he speaks somewhat indirectly. He doesn't hone in on the Bhakti Yoga process. He explains Karma Yoga, he explains Jnana Yoga, transcendental knowledge, and even Dhyana Yoga, how to do meditation, everything he describes. But then in the last verse of the 6th chapter, he makes it more clear. He gets to the point that of all kinds of yogis, one who is my devotee, he is the supermost. That sets the tone for the next 6 chapters actually. Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yoman same yukta tamomata. This is the last verse of the 6th chapter, 47th verse. And of all yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion. So, the words he used, madgate nantaratmana. See? Madgate nantaratmana. So, this mad means my. So, he is using the word very clearly, my. He is setting an individuality to himself. Of course, in the 4th chapter also he said, Yada yada dharmasya glanirvabhati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya sadatmanam srijamyaham. So I come. But here, especially from the 7th chapter onwards, he makes it very clear that I am the Supreme Personality of God. And this today's verse, 7:7, he makes a very conclusive statement here. Mattah parataram nāniyat. This word is very important. There is no truth superior to me. Kinchidastu dhananjaya. Mayi sarvam idam protam sutre manigana iva. Because there are so many people who worship various devatas, or sometimes human beings, sometimes ghosts. So, depending on the mode that they are in, whether they are in Sattvagun, mode of goodness, or Rajogun, mode of passion, or Tamogun, mode of ignorance, they worship accordingly. So, those who are in the Sattvagun, they worship the demigods. Rajogun, they worship forefathers, and ignorance, they worship ghosts and spirits. And those who are transcendental to the 3 modes, above the Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun, they worship Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So, worshipping Krishna is not very easy. The Hindus get it all wrong. They think that Krishna is one of the many gods, Hindu gods. But Krishna makes it very clear. As long as they say that, it can be understood that they never read the Bhagavad-gita. Because Bhagavad-gita does not support that ideology. So, Krishna says, Mattah parataram nāniyat. Nobody is equal to me. And nobody is superior to me also. That means there is only one more possibility. Everybody is below. That's why in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it said, Ekale Ishwar Krishna Arsal Bhritya. There is only one master, Krishna, and everybody else is his servant. The same verse, the same point is mentioned in the Svetasvatara Upanishad. न तस्य कार्यं करणं च विद्यते न तत् समश्चाभ्यधिकश्च दृश्यते परास्य शक्तिर् विविधैव श्रूयते स्वाभाविकी ज्ञानबलक्रिया च. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not possess a bodily form like that of an ordinary living entity. There is no difference between his body and his soul. He is absolute. All his senses are transcendental. Any one of his senses can perform the action of any other sense. Therefore, no one is greater than him or equal to him. Again, same point. His potencies are multifarious, and thus his deeds are automatically performed as a natural sequence. Siddhasvatara Upanishad, chapter 6. Text 7 and 8. See? So there is no natat samas cha abhyadhikas drishyate. There's nobody. Sama means equal. In Malay also sama means same. Malay all comes from Sanskrit mostly. So natat samas cha abhyadhikas. Abhyadhika means above. Adhika means more than him. There's nobody more than him. Even such great demigods, such great devatas as Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Durga cannot come near him. Nowhere close. Everybody is his servant. He is, we human beings, we have confusion. Actually, in the Devata, among the Devatas, there is no confusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Ganesh, Shiva, Durga, they all don't fight. No, we are supreme. No. They don't think that they are supreme at all. They know. Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Lord Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava, greatest devotee of Krishna. And Durga also is called Vaishnavi Devi. Why? Because she is a devotee of Krishna. It is said, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayevayasya Bhuvanani Vibhakti Durga Ichhana Rupam Apiyasya Chacheshkate Sa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The external potency, Maya, who is of the nature of the shadow of the Chit potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving and destroying agency of this mundane world. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda in accordance with whose order or whose will Durga conducts herself. So Durga, Chaya means shadow. Shadow moves with you wherever you go without disobedience. Shadow will not say, oh, I don't want to come. No. You go, the shadow also will move. So in the same way, Durga also follows the orders of Govinda like a shadow. Because there is no proper knowledge, especially the Hindus, nobody reads, Hindus don't read, hardly. They don't read any books. Where do they get knowledge from? The only thing they do is watch cricket and Bollywood. Nobody reads Bhagavad-gita. They think they know everything. All gods are same. No. So this kind of attitude, when you don't know something, accept that you don't know and then come to learn. But when we come to, and pose as if we know everything, even if we don't know anything, then we will expose ourselves as fools. That's exactly what's happening. So-called Hindus, first of all, don't know that their religion is not Hindu at all. The word Hindu doesn't exist in the scriptures. They don't know. The word doesn't exist. So, they don't know anything about anything, absolutely. In other words. So, but at the same time, they think they know everything. So, this kind of thing won't work. So, therefore, we must hear from the Shastra what is truth. So, therefore, Bhagavad-gita we have to consult. We have to read every day. So, the point is, Mattah Parataram Nanyat. There is nobody equal to him and superior to him. Now, the example is given very nicely by Krishna himself. Sutre Manigana Eva. Now, there's a nice pearl necklace. Necklace is always beautiful. Now, the beauty of the necklace lies in the thread which holds it all together. All the rest of the things are held by the thread, but we don't see the thread. But we should know that without the thread, nothing will hold. Similarly, we may not, in our conditioned state, we may not be able to see Krishna. But by the very fact how everything is held, how everything is moving so nicely, we can understand that the Lord is there. Just like the thread which cannot be visible, but it is there, holding everything. So we may be attracted by the glitter of the pearls, but the thread within is what actually makes it a necklace. And it is also not only that, of course, the thread and the pearls have no relation with each other, they are held. But in Krishna's case, all the energies are coming from him also. In the necklace, the pearls do not come from the thread. They are held together by the thread. But in the other verse, just now, the Svetasvatara Upanishad we saw, Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. He has multifarious energies that are working on his order even without his personal intervention. For example, Prabhupada always gave this example that artist, he has to paint to make a nice painting of, say, a flower. Now there are so many flowers also, real flowers which are painted nicely. But who paints them? You don't see Krishna coming down and painting each one of them in the night when nobody is seeing him. He is all automatically being carried out. So that is called Parasya Shakti Vividhaiva Shruyate. His energies are working and performing all his, things automatically. It's not exactly automatic, but it is completely under his control. Now that it's beyond his control. But they are performed as a natural sequence, perfectly, without his need to be present. You see, the planets are moving, the sun, the seasons, day and night, everything is happening perfectly. Not only that, even our what we do, each and every one of us, our actions, our karma, the resultant reactions are enforced upon us. How to have this huge database of information of what each single soul, not only human beings, each microbe, virus or bacteria, whatever, what they have done, the stock of their activities, and what they should get. Everything is recorded and carried out, executed without a glitch. There is no downtime. Like in the server, there is no virus, nothing attacks, no attack, nothing. Absolutely foolproof way of execution. So there is, like in our human-made, man-made law, there is law and there is execution of law. So the law is that, okay, maybe you commit murder, you get this much, whatever punishment. But to execute it, you need the police to catch the thief. Actually, you can have the law, constitution, murder, you will get this much. But if there is nobody to catch the murderer, then what is the law for? So there is the execution of it, no? So similarly, the law and its execution of Krishna is immaculate. There is no fault at all. Sometimes people, of course, they question, if God is so kind, then why there are natural calamities, why there are wars, innocent children are killed, women are killed. So they think, there is injustice on the part of God. They see, God is the judge of everyone, but these people try to be the judge of God. This is the problem. God is judging everyone, right? Why you are trying to judge God? Who are you? So, how Krishna works is perfect. We may not be able to fathom what he is doing. Because those so-called innocent children or women or animals or whatever suffering, why they are suffering, we do not know what those souls have done in the previous life or previous lives. How much stock of sinful actions? We also have stock of sinful actions. Maybe now we are having a nice time, one day we will also have bad time. Or now we are maybe having bad time, one day we will have a nice time. So there is these ups and downs are going on in everybody's life. Everybody is in the queue, We think, they are dying, without anything. We are also on the same path. One day we will also have to die. But why some suffer more and others? You just cannot take this one life and try to explain it. That's the fault. The fault is that they think there is only one life. So they think, a child just born, what sin he can do? Why he is punished? Yes, he may not be able to do any sin now. But his existence did not start now. He was an adult before, so many times, so many lives. And how much sin he has done, we don't know. So, it is better to accept what Krishna is doing, because we do not know how far, how distant his thinking is. He is always wishing well for us. He is called Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. He is the most well-wishing friend for everyone. There is nobody more well-wishing than him. He is as a Paramatma, he is sitting with us for lifetime after lifetime, for millions of lifetimes. Although we have become a dog, hog, worm in the stool, or tree, or whatever we have become, he is with us sitting. So, he is waiting for us when we will turn to him. So, all these situations, when we become frustrated in our material pursuit, then we will start to think. So, miseries are good in that sense. Otherwise, we are not thinking. We are just going on with the flow of life, and one day we will just die like the moth. The moth goes into the fire. Oh, it is thinking, very nice fire, very bright, okay, it will go inside and burn to death. This is what is happening. We are thinking, this is very nice, and then one day we will just die and again take birth and die. This is what we are doing. So there has to be some stop and think, about life. So to make us stop, so our material pursuits must be frustrated. So therefore he frustrates. That is how material world is designed. Then only we will stop. Otherwise we will go full force, full throttle. No, put the brake first. First, when you are on the wrong path, suppose you are going somewhere, and you missed your way or somewhere totally different, and you are going full throttle, what is supposed to do? Stop and first of all know where you are, where you are heading. You get the direction right first, then you go full throttle or whatever, at least you will be in the right direction. What if you are going full throttle in the wrong direction? So first of all stop. So therefore Krishna has designed this material world in such a way there are pains and pleasures. In fact, it is not the material world that is designed in such a way. It is the very constitutional position of